What if I told you that the old TV sitting in your living room right now, the one you think is outdated, could instantly become a full smart TV without buying a brand new television? Sounds impossible, right? Because every year in the United States, millions of people spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars replacing perfectly good TVs. Not because the screen is broken, not because the picture is bad, but simply because the TV isn't smart. No Netflix, no YouTube, no Disney Plus, no streaming apps. So people assume the only solution is to buy a new smart TV. But here's the truth most people don't realize. You can turn almost any TV into a powerful smart TV in minutes. And in many cases, it costs less than dinner for two. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, the devices that make it possible, the pros and the downsides, and the smartest way Americans are upgrading their TVs without wasting money. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to turn that dumb TV into something that feels brand new. Let's get into it. Right now, streaming dominates how Americans watch television. Cable subscriptions in the United States have been dropping every single year. Millions of households have already cut the cord. And the reason is simple. Streaming is cheaper, it's flexible, and people can watch what they want when they want. But here's where things get interesting. There are still tens of millions of TVs across America that are not smart TVs. Think about guest rooms, basements, older living room setups, dorm rooms, apartments, RVs, Airbnbs. These TVs work perfectly fine. The screens are clear. The sound is good. But they don't connect to streaming apps, so people feel stuck. Either buy a new $500 to $1,500 smart TV or live without streaming. But that's where modern streaming devices changed everything. Instead of replacing the TV, Americans are upgrading the experience. And that shift is huge. Streaming devices have quietly become one of the most popular tech upgrades in American households. They're small, cheap, powerful, and they instantly unlock thousands of apps, which means that old TV you bought in 2014 or even earlier might still have a second life. Now, let's break down what actually makes a TV smart. Because once you understand that, the solution becomes obvious. A smart TV is basically just a normal television with a built-in mini computer. That computer connects to the internet, it runs apps, and it streams content. That's it. So when people buy a smart TV, they're really buying two things, a screen and a built-in streaming device. But here's the catch. The streaming technology inside many smart TVs becomes outdated within a few years. Apps stop updating, interfaces get slow, and sometimes manufacturers stop supporting them entirely, which means the smart part becomes the weakest part of the TV. And this is where external streaming devices come in. Instead of relying on the TV's internal system, you plug in a small device that handles all the smart features. The TV becomes just the display, and the streaming device becomes the brain. In fact, many tech enthusiasts in the US actually prefer this setup because it keeps things faster and more flexible. So how do you actually turn your TV into a smart TV? The answer usually comes down to one simple port, HDMI. If your TV has an HDMI port, you're already halfway there. And almost every TV sold in the last 15 years has one. You simply plug a streaming device into that port, connect it to Wi-Fi, and suddenly your TV has access to Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, and thousands of other apps. But here's where things get interesting. Not all streaming devices are the same. Some are designed for simplicity, some are designed for power, and some are designed to integrate deeply with the devices you already own. And this is where the major players come into the picture. One of the most popular options in the United States is the Roku streaming device. Roku built its entire reputation around simplicity. Plug it in, connect to Wi-Fi, and you're watching within minutes. The interface is clean, easy to use, and it supports thousands of streaming apps. Another major option is Amazon's Fire TV Stick. This one is extremely popular in American households because it integrates tightly with Amazon services. You can use Alexa voice commands, search for movies, control smart home devices, and jump between streaming apps quickly. Then there's Google's Chromecast with Google TV. This device is powerful because it integrates with Google accounts, YouTube, and Android ecosystems. It also focuses heavily on content discovery, recommending shows from multiple services in one place. And of course, Apple users often prefer the Apple TV device. It's more expensive, but it offers powerful performance and deep integration with iPhones, AirPlay, and the Apple ecosystem. But here's where it gets serious. Choosing the wrong device can actually create frustration instead of solving problems, because each ecosystem is built around different habits. If you use Alexa devices around your house, the Fire TV stick may feel more natural. If your family lives inside the Apple ecosystem, Apple TV might make more sense. If you just want simplicity and affordability, Roku might be perfect. But there's another factor many people overlook: performance. Some cheaper streaming sticks can feel slow after a year or two, menus lag, apps take longer to load, updates slow things down. That's why many tech experts recommend spending just a little more for a stronger processor, because that extra speed can make the device feel brand new even after years of use. And this is the part nobody talks about. Sometimes external streaming devices are actually better than built-in smart TV systems. Many televisions ship with software that gets outdated quickly, but streaming devices update frequently, which means your TV experience can improve over time instead of getting worse. And that changes everything. Now let's talk about another upgrade many Americans are making when they convert a TV into a smart TV: voice control. Modern streaming devices allow you to search for shows simply by speaking. You can say something like, "Play action movies from the 90s," or "Open YouTube," or "Show me comedies on Netflix." Instead of scrolling endlessly through menus, the system finds content instantly. For families, this makes the experience much smoother. Kids can launch shows easily. Guests can navigate without confusion. And older users often find voice commands easier than complicated menus. But there's another hidden advantage: screencasting. Once your TV becomes a smart TV, you can often mirror content from your phone: photos, videos, presentations, social media clips, even vacation pictures. Imagine friends visiting your home and instantly sharing videos from their phones onto the big screen. That's something older TVs simply couldn't do before. But there's also a practical side that matters to millions of Americans: cost. Let's say your TV still works perfectly. Buying a new smart TV could cost anywhere from $400 to $1,500 depending on the size and quality, but a streaming device might cost between $25 and $150. That's a massive difference. And for students, renters, and families trying to save money, that flexibility matters. But here's the flip side. Turning a TV into a smart TV isn't completely perfect. There are a few downsides people should understand. First, you'll need a stable internet connection. Streaming relies heavily on Wi-Fi. If your router struggles or your signal is weak, buffering can become frustrating. Second, you may end up with another remote control. Some devices integrate with the TV remote, but others add an extra controller to your living room setup. Third, subscriptions can add up. Turning your TV smart doesn't automatically make streaming free. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and others all charge monthly fees. So while the hardware upgrade is cheap, the ongoing costs depend on what services you choose. And this is where Americans are having an interesting debate. Some people feel streaming has become too fragmented, too many services, too many subscriptions, too many passwords. Others believe the flexibility is still worth it because you can cancel anytime. You're not locked into cable contracts anymore. But regardless of where you stand, the ability to transform any TV into a streaming hub gives people control, and control is something viewers value more than ever. Now let's talk about the future, because the way Americans interact with televisions is evolving quickly. By 2030, experts expect even deeper integration between TVs, smart homes, and AI. Your TV might recommend content based on your mood. It could sync with your calendar, or automatically switch profiles depending on who enters the room. Streaming devices are already moving toward personalized entertainment systems, and this technology will likely become even smarter. But interestingly, external streaming devices may remain popular even as smart TVs improve. Why? Because people like flexibility. They like the ability to upgrade the brain of their TV without replacing the entire screen. Think of it like upgrading a computer's processor instead of buying a whole new machine. That concept resonates strongly with tech-savvy consumers, and that's why streaming sticks and boxes continue to dominate the market. So what should you actually do if you're thinking about upgrading your TV experience? If you're a student or someone on a tight budget, start with a simple streaming stick. It's cheap, easy to install, and unlocks the essentials. If you're a working professional who watches a lot of content, consider a slightly more powerful device for smoother performance. If you run a business, an Airbnb, or a rental property, turning older TVs into smart TVs can instantly improve the guest experience without replacing expensive hardware. And for everyday consumers, the best advice is simple. Don't replace a good TV just because it isn't smart. Upgrade it instead. Because sometimes the smartest tech upgrade isn't the most expensive one. It's the one that solves a problem in the simplest way possible. So the next time you look at that old TV sitting in your home, remember this. It might not be outdated, it might just be waiting for the right upgrade. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into the technology shaping our everyday lives, make sure you subscribe to TechVibes, and I'd love to hear from you. What device did you use to turn your TV into a smart TV? Or are you still thinking about upgrading? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the future of home entertainment is changing fast. And here on TechVibes, we're breaking it down one innovation at a time.